Welcome to another edition of the Wichita Dinner Table. Tonight is Wednesday, November 27th, which makes it Thanksgiving Eve. I know, it's crazy.
Busiest bar night of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the busiest bar night of the year?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
But maybe non-New Year's. I mean, non-test traditional holiday, probably.
Yeah.
I remember,
because everyone comes home from school. It's always been the party.
Back in my 20s and 30s, I remember going to like Tanner's back in the day, or Waltz. It was like a high school reunion, basically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Emerson Biggins West, that was the biggest one for us. And December 23rd, that's a big one.
Because normally everyone's back from school, but they don't have plans yet. All the plans are made for Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday, typically everyone gets back in town and like, we have nothing to do. So everyone goes out.
I think I stopped doing it when I was like 37, 38 because I hated ruining my Thanksgiving meal the next day. So with that, introductions.
Yes.
All right. We have Annette Lawless.
Hello, hello.
Good evening. We have Troy Trussell with Live Local.
What's up, Wichita?
We have DJ Carbon.
Wait.
Troy!
There we
What up, Wichita?
We have
Sorry,
the
I fell
Kansas
asleep.
Gastronomist.
Hey, Eddie,
TKG.
how's it going?
And a special guest we have today. We have Jaclyn McAnarney.
Hello.
Yay, welcome.
Welcome.
We'll get into Jaclyn's little intro here shortly. But real quick, today's hat is from Cofellow Coffee Parlor. I don't know if anybody's ever been, but it's over at the flagship stores at 107 North Main Street in Goddard. And they just recently opened up a second location in the Commerce Club on the ground floor at 150 North Main Street.
Yes.
I see them all the time because I'm living in the Commerce Club lately, working there a lot. Okay, so I have a question because I know you and Troy have both. I'm not a coffee guy. Give me the rookie. What should I get to fall in love with them as a non-coffee person?
Good question.
That is a good question.
Do you like sweet?
I'm open to anything. Or maybe I should just ask them. But I figured you guys have both talked about them, so I'm asking.
Well, I'm not a coffee guy either. I just like to go to coffee shops that are in town just to help them get the word out. I mean, I drink maybe one coffee a month, if that.
No kidding.
I asked the same question because anytime I go into a coffee shop, I'm like, well, I don't drink coffee. I don't know this from that. So just suggest me something. They go, what do you like? I'm like, anything besides black olives. And I guess they don't put black olives in coffee. So I had this Spice Girl at Cofellow, and that was delicious. I chugged the whole thing down. I don't know if you're supposed to chug coffee. I don't know, but I did. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. They have one drink, though, that they smoke oak over it. So it's kind of like an old fashioned. They put it in a whiskey glass. And so I would give that one a shot, too. That's one of my favorite ones there. It definitely tastes like coffee, but it's different. It's got a
I'm there all the time.
flavor.
I figured I'd ask you guys what to get. So I'll try that.
Yeah. Check it out.
All right.
Non-coffee
So let's
people.
get into
Who are you?
Jaclyn's introduction. Welcome to the show. So Jaclyn is the Director of Membership and Engagement with Wichita Independent Business Association, a.k.a. WIBA.
Nailed it.
All right. So what does WIBA do, Jaclyn?
Oh, goodness. Well, we have been around for 93 years. We were started in 1931, which most people don't know that. And it went through a lot of changes. But our president, Wendell Funk, he took over basically at the very beginning of January 2021. And it had, about 230 members. And we have now grown. Yesterday, we just got our 706th new member. So that was very exciting. So we've grown a lot and we have added a lot of value. We do about 5 to 7 events every single month, whether it's a coffee, a luncheon, or a social, plus learning events. So lots of ways to get involved. And our niche is small business, entrepreneurs, and women-owned businesses. We take everyone, but that's really who we cater to a lot.
So you go everywhere from like solopreneurs all the way up to, okay.
Yes. The candle maker up to Coke Industries and everything in between.
Carbon, do you have something?
Oh, no, I was going to say they're a great organization. I got involved with them because I met someone was doing their grand opening. They had their ribbon cutting, Super Pools, great local company. I met them at an event. They were doing their ribbon cutting at the Weeba office for their business. So I went and helped them out with that as far as DJing and mics. And then after chatting with them, I was like, wait, I need to be here. So they're a great organization for networking, finding other local businesses, referrals, communication, just a really great organization.
I didn't even pay him to say that. Thank you.
For those at home, this is not a sponsored deal. I remember we're looking for guests because we're sometimes we're desperate.
Yeah, no, we'll take sponsors. I have a friend that would be great
to join. If you'd like to sponsor, let us know. We are looking. I heard about Weeba because I follow Weeba on the social channels, and every year I see this really badass Christmas party you guys do. I think the last year I saw snow falling from the ceiling and people just living up, having a good time. I heard the DJ was pretty cool there.
No, it's the Weeba Winter Wonderland Christmas party. Mark your calendars, December 5th. It's always the first Thursday. And we go all out. And our motto every year is so anything we did the year before, we keep it, and then we just add more and more. So this is our fourth annual. We have horse and carriage rides. It's here in the Ruffin Building, the beautiful atrium downtown in the heart of downtown. We use all 3 levels of the atrium. We had over 400 people last year. We're expecting over 500 this year, but horse and carriage rides around the outside of the building. Relevant audio and video. They do a huge video wall, and they make it snow inside, and they make it have fireworks inside. And then DJ Carbon kills it. It's supposed to be from 7 to 10. It never ends at 10. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Another one of our signature things is the fact that we have Santa rappel off the roof of the Ruffin Building from the outside. And he comes all the way down. He's our squeegee guy, so it's all legal. And he's the skinniest Santa you've ever seen, but he does a great job.
So you mentioned this is the 4th year, and I'm just thinking about these numbers. So that means it started December of 2021. Mm-hmm. And you said that the new president took over or executive director took over in January 2021. The numbers that you gave before, you said there was around 200 and change, and now you're at 700 and change. Was that 200 and change pre-January 2021?
Yeah, so the old president kind of did her transition in December of 2020. So Wendell took over in January 21, and we were very strategic on how to make Weeba grow. It's pretty stagnant. It was kind of the old boys club for a while. So we worked really hard to add in more nonprofits, solo and entrepreneurs, women-led businesses, female professionals, and just really diversify the crowd. And so now we have, with over 700 businesses, it's not just for one person per business. Anyone can come. So actually we have over 3,000 people involved in Weeba on a monthly basis with over 70 events a year.
Awesome. That's so remarkable. How can someone join Weeba or look into that?
Well, it's very easy. You just go to weeba.org, WIBA.org, or come to one of our events. Guests can come for free. You can come check out one of our events for free. It's such an easy sell once you come to one of our events. We really pride ourselves on being a Weeba family and very welcoming, knowing everyone by name, and we are the resource for small business. And when we say small business, we mean 31 employees or under. To us is small business, not 500, not 150. So we really do help those smaller businesses, those startups, those mom and pops. But of course, we have the bigger businesses, Interest Bank, all those who definitely want to support the community, and they're also involved. But the Christmas party by far is like the biggest event that we do. Exclusive events comes out, and it's open bar, it's tons of food, and of course there's 2 new surprises that no one has seen yet that we have added in this year. DJ Carbon doesn't even know about them yet. So very excited. Anyone and everyone's invited to come to the Christmas party. It's $75 tickets, gets you the best date night of your life.
And what day is that again?
December 5th, Thursday, December 5th. It's Thursday. Right after Thanksgiving. It's crazy how quickly that jump is.
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate that plug, Jaclyn. Let's get ready to move on to what did y'all do this past week? Anybody think anything cool? Any cool places you checked out?
Eddie, sorry, DJ. I went to Tin Lao Bistro, the Chinese restaurant, and had one of the best dishes I've had in quite some time. It was a sea bass, and I believe it was fresh because I had seen Tin Lao post and say, "Hey, we've only got 8 sea bass left," and so I actually texted Fert the foodie and said, "Hey, does this look good to you?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, it does." It had the head and the tail in this like soup. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Were they ill-tempered?
They were very ill-tempered. Yes.
Yes. Okay, just making sure. Did they have lasers?
I would say they're a very underrated restaurant in town. Over at 11309 East Kellogg Drive.
Over by the Walmart. Off Kellogg. I didn't get the joke. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Seabass, Austin Powers, were they ill-tempered?
Yeah.
Lasers.
Okay, got it.
Are they ill-tempered?
Absolutely. My bad.
TKG and I are still back on the no regrets joke.
Finally getting that one around.
All right. I checked out a few new places in town. Over the weekend on Sunday, we checked out Da Nang Bistro at 1845 South Rock Road. Some people may remember that as Bawe back in the day when they were open to like 4 a.m. It's a Vietnamese restaurant. A lot of cool cuisines that you really can't find around town there. Place was packed. I'll have my review out later on that one. Also, David's Express, stop by there at 5619 East Lincoln Street. It's the second location for them. Their first location is over at Mays and 21st Street. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mays 21st. Yeah, Mays 21st. But they took over the former Po' Boy Pizza place. And then I tried to check out Bricks and Minifigs. It's that new Lego store at 3801 North Ridge Road. But the line was wrapped around the building. I mean, there had to have been 300-400 people there. I was there with my daughter, and it was a little chilly out. I'm like, yeah, we're not waiting in this line.
People are obsessed with Legos, man. That's crazy.
I mean, I think someone made a great joke. It was wrapped around for blocks.
Live for a good one.
Do you get that one, TKG?
I mean, apparently we have standards for jokes, and I mean, whatever.
And then one place I did not check out, but just recently opened at 1000. Let me get this right. 10001 East Kellogg Drive. It is Naughty's Angel Cabaret. It's next door to Onyx, and I guess they are a gentleman's club and a sports bar all in one.
Oh, wow.
I was writing it down like, this is a good place.
She's dialed in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
But, hold on, it's not a true gentleman's club. They said there's no stripping allowed, and there are poles there. So they're, I guess, scantily clad and dancing.
Just pole dancing, man.
Yeah, it's just basic pole dancing. Something we all do sometimes. Right. And on party
I've been
buses.
looking for a new job.
would not
amateur night.
TKG with the POG
amateur night on Sundays. So I was going to stop by and do a food review because it's for the people, but I held off because the food menu, which is mostly like Mexican dishes, will not be there until December 20th when they do the grand opening. For those people who just travel around trying new foods, do not check out Naughty Angels Cabaret until December 20th when the food goes live.
Fair.
Good to know. We appreciate you, Eddie.
I'm here to help people find out, what's new in town. They could be a new member of Weeba as well. You never know.
Everyone's welcome.
They would definitely
a good Simply Social place.
Yeah, definitely step up that Christmas party. All right.
Hey, there's 2 new surprises. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, that could be one of them. Did I miss anything else for the weekend? Carbon, you're always busy.
Man, I got back to skate night, which I love every Friday, but I'm so busy these days, so I only get to do like once a month. I did that, and then Newman did their fall formal. So yeah, it was kind of low key. I got a home remodel going on, so I'm like tearing everything up nonstop. You only see this much of the room because outside of what's on this camera is just stuff piled everywhere. It's it's a lot.
Eddie, we ran into each other over at Union Station. Yeah, that Merry Bright lighting of the tree and the train and the fireworks. That was my first time there, and it was incredible. It really was awesome.
Busy. I was crazy. I was surprised how packed the place was. Annette, I think I saw your husband there. He was working though, so I didn't get a chance to say hi. But
he was working. Yeah, we were kind of busy Thursday. I wanted to take the kids, but we had everything was going on Thursday night. I don't know if it's just everyone's just before Thanksgiving, got to crank things out, but it looked like such a blast. I'm going next year, so fun.
Yeah, I mean, they had the ballet deal going on. They had singers, carolers, the big toy drive. I ran into JJ Hayes. I don't know if anybody knows JJ. Great dude.
Good.
He was
Good
there
people.
kind of helping MC the event and whatnot. So, yeah.
Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Oh, yeah, we saw Mickey and Minnie. I tried to get TKG to take a picture of them. But
Yes.
I think
I suggested, Eddie, if we're going to be honest, suggested that we get our photos together.
Okay.
And then we put logos over our faces, but you wouldn't go for it.
That is actually right. But
He called
the
you
goal
out,
was
man.
to get TKG to take a picture by himself with Mickey and Minnie.
You could have photoshopped yourself out after.
That's right.
I mean,
Next time,
ways.
do it, and we'll just cut you
Should
out.
have, yeah. Troy is a professional. Should have thought about that.
That's right.
All right. Upcoming events. It's going to be a pretty low-key week because of the holidays. But obviously, Wildlife is back at Central County Zoo. Then on Wednesday, tonight, there's a Thanksgiving Eve party at Norton's Brewing Company. It's going to be a big deal. And I know, Jaclyn, you mentioned, or Carbon, you mentioned it's like one of the busiest days of the year for, going out. So check out Norton's. Thursday, we're not going to talk about any events because that's Thanksgiving. Go hang out, with your friends, your family, whoever it might be.
Well, speaking
Enjoy
of
that
Thanksgiving,
day.
what's everyone's favorite? What's your go-to dish? I'm curious. What's your go-to Thanksgiving dish?
Mashed potatoes.
Deviled eggs, man.
Same. I'm the one person in my family that wants the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
good.
sweet
I like
potatoes.
stuffing. I'm a fan.
I think I'm a turkey and gravy kind of guy. Yep. It's boring, but I don't know.
So good.
So, Carbon, you stole my question.
Oh, did I?
No, it's all good. All good. We're just going to answer it now. For me, I'm a big stovetop stuffing fan.
Yeah.
Most of my people in my family aren't big fans of it. I know, like on Megan's side, they are not stovetop people. So I'm bringing a couple boxes of stovetop when I do her side of the family, just so I have it for myself. And then there's one other thing that my family's done forever that most people probably don't do. We get like these ramen type noodles, cook them, dry them, so they're like just dry cold noodles. Put them on a plate, and then we douse it with Dorothy Lynch's homestyle dressing.
What?
Okay.
Oh my.
If
That
you
sounds
love,
interesting.
have you ever had Dorothy Lynch's dressing?
I haven't.
Never.
Well, ever?
No.
Yeah, of course I've
Spicy?
had
Is
the
it
Dorothy
sweet?
Lynch.
Salty?
It's like an Italian style dressing.
Yeah,
Check
100%.
it out. It's based out of Nebraska. It's the best dressing on this planet.
Isn't it kind of like a hybrid of French and Italian or something?
I think so. It's
Or is that a
orange. I
different
do know
kind?
that.
Yeah. I need to try it. I bet I would love it.
Head over to Dylan's. Pick up a bottle. It's about $4 to $5.
Yeah.
Pretty life altering, pretty life changing. Like on the scale of food, you have the McRib, and then you have Dorothy Lynch's homestyle dressing.
McRib. I saw you down 2 of those on your page. the
Oh,
other
I
day,
knocked it.
Eddie.
I
That's awesome.
found out they came out a week early at the, I think, 505 North Tyler location or 500 block, and I stopped by, ordered 2 McRibs, just went to town.
Wow. I've never tried one ever in my life. Like I've never
Not
eaten
even like
one.
in school, like a school
Same.
version.
No, like it always looks so disgusting to me.
So there was an incident back east. They didn't offer them on the menus back in New York. Apparently, like at some point there was like a rumor of a rat being in one or whatever. So a lot of the rest of McDonald's in the Northeast never carried it. I never saw it until I moved out here. And I worked at McDonald's for 2 years as a kid.
Huh.
That's gross.
We have very high standards here in Kansas.
Well, for the record, did you know the first McRib was sold in Kansas?
Did not know that.
To
Yes,
you.
back in, I think it was 1981 or 1982, the very first McRib was sold in Kansas City, Kansas. So if you guys claim to be Kansans, you need to head over to McRib or McDonald's and support our state sandwich.
If anyone was going to be a McRib historian, I knew it would be you, EB.
Right.
I will get a McRib just because of that challenge.
Yeah, I'll
Troy,
get one. Yeah,
it'd make for a great live local video.
It would.
Or live locale video.
That's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
So past Thanksgiving, once we move into Friday, Friday is the first day of Botanica's Illuminations. It's one of the biggest light shows, I would say in the country. And that runs from November 29th to January 4th. After that, Friday and Saturday, don't forget, you have Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. If you want to go out and support your favorite local shop, go give them some love. On Saturday night, it is Oliver Lounge's first birthday celebration. They're a new bar and lounge that opened up at 4717 East Douglas last year. Was that Crown Heights, I think it is?
Yeah.
Near Oliver and
Douglas and Oliver.
Douglas and Oliver, that's it, yes.
By Watermark.
Have you ever been to Oliver's Lounge?
I love that place. We actually, my fiance and I just turned our entire basement into a speakeasy, and we pretty much used all of Oliver's inspiration for ours. And so, we love it. We go, it's just down the street from us, so we go there a lot.
So they're like your Pinterest wall, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. We showed him pictures, and the owner was like, "I'll take a fee, thank you."
That sounds so cool.
Everything from the purple couches to the green chairs to the blue and gold wallpaper. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the Ivy family. Congrats on 1 year there.
They did a great job.
And then on Saturday and Sunday, the Metropolitan Ballet presents The Nutcracker at Century 2. So that's your weekly roundup of upcoming events. Now let's move on to Trussell Truths, sponsored by Trussell Media.
All right. Did you know that today is National Craft Jerky Day?
Craft jerky.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Have any of y'all ever tried to make your own beef jerky?
No.
Nobody had like a food dehydrator from the 90s? Ron Popeil? Come on.
Yeah, my aunt made Vietnamese beef jerky for us growing up.
And it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
We did. I did back in my Red Beans days because all of the owners were hunters, so there was always some meat of some kind. So we would always make some jerky.
That's
good. So today, if I like to eat light the day before Thanksgiving. And so if you want to go snack on some beef jerky to just celebrate Craft Beef Jerky Day, you can go get some at Wichita Wagyu. They have some local, and they have some. Whoa, Annette is like,
she's celebrating.
Fireworks are going off.
All that beef jerky talk.
That's awesome. If you eat like me, go somewhere, get some local beef jerky. I'm going to try that. What happens when you do thumbs up?
How do you
fireworks.
Oh,
there you go. Nice.
That's amazing.
It doesn't work
new
for me.
Features.
What if I do thumbs down?
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's raining.
Now it's raining.
Wait, you just jumped into the weather segment.
Wild.
Sorry.
And I know if you want to make your own beef jerky, I know All Things Barbecue has the setup and stuff that you can buy to dehydrate and make all your own jerky. So those are two spots
really
in town
awesome.
you can go check out. So
Isn't there other spot down in Delano? Oh gosh.
There's All Things Barbecue in Delano.
Yeah, that's what I was
the other one further west on the south side that opened there. I remember I met them during Open Streets last year before they had opened officially. I'm blanking.
I don't remember, but there's several local beef jerky places. I think one of them's like Chow.
Oh, Chow beef jerky.
Yeah.
Top tier. It's more like carne seca. It's like more of the drier type.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it.
One of my favorites growing up, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's craft beef, but like if you go to an Asian market, I can't even think of the brand name, but inside, like it's a red packet, and it has like white on the top, and they have like, there's a spicy fruit beef jerky. They have curry. They're in these, it's so good.
Ooh, curry,
go check them out sometime. So jerky.
Another place for beef jerky. Now we're on topic of beef jerky. There's a place called Bella's Lao Beef Jerky and Cafe. They are over at 1885 South Rock Road. They make Lao style beef jerky.
Ooh,
completely different.
I haven't been, but it's on my list to hit up, Eddie.
And Troy, I know you love spicy foods, and they make some spicy stuff there.
I'm gonna have to hit that up.
All right. Well, thank you, Trussell Media, and thank you, Troy Trussell. All right, real quick, if you like the content, what we do, please consider subscribing as a Patreon member. Members get early release of the Wichita Dinner Table, early access to the dinner series, and more. You can subscribe at patreon.com/Wichita by EB. All right, things going on in the community. I want to give a big shout out to the Wichita State volleyball team. Over the weekend, they won the AAC tournament title and secured its first NCAA tournament bid since 2017. I don't know if you guys watch volleyball or whatnot, but they were dominant. WC won all 9 sets over 3 postseason matches, so they pretty much just like routed everyone. And so the NCAA tournament's up next. The selection show is Sunday, December 1st. There we go, at 5 p.m. on ESPN. So you can tune in this Sunday and see where they head to. Also in the community going on, holiday pop-up bars are back. I don't know if you guys are huge fans of these. I love it. Just the festivities of it, the holiday drinks. These are times where bars set aside a certain area and they just deck it out. You know, they deck the halls basically. There are some great ones in town. We're going to put a screenshot of all the ones there. But, I mean, there's ones at Chicken and Pickle, Public, River City Brewery, Dockham, Shadow, the Belmont, and Ziggy's Pizza. So check those all out. If you love the holidays, love holiday drinks.
I'll be doing a DJ set at the Jingle over at Public on December 28th. So if you need a little post-holiday festivities, I'll be over there.
Nice.
I love that space.
My husband's work, they had a holiday party, and it was at Public, and it's just fun to check out everyone's like decorations and stuff, and they're just so cute and quirky. So I just love that when going and exploring.
Any other favorites? Has anybody ever been to a holiday pop-up in previous years?
I've been to the one at Chicken and Pickle several times where they turn it into kind of like a ski resort.
Oh, the ski loft?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
I've grabbed an Igloo over, but they're not quite as much. But River City's was great too.
Norton's. I've done Norton's.
Igloo.
And then that bar, is it 1868 right there?
Yeah, over in Clifton Square.
I haven't been to it yet, but I've driven by it several times. I want to check that one out.
Okay. Up next, real quick discussion, Crown Uptown Theater. If you've been missing out on what's going on there, the owner is trying to do an expansion that requires approval. Got voted in by one group and got voted down by the advisory board. So now it goes to the Wichita City Council for a vote next week. If the expansion plans do not get approved, the owner has said he plans to tear the building down. So it's more drama in College Hill area.
Sad.
I know. All the nostalgia. Like, oh my gosh.
Sadly, not a historically protected building at this point.
I was shocked it's not.
Crazy.
Same.
Yeah.
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 Is the expansion an actual expansion, or is he merely trying to get a permit to have
capacity.
additional people?
He's trying to increase capacity.
He's just trying to increase capacity. That's what I thought. Okay.
I think there's some remodeling associated with that, i.e. bathroom access, screen rooms, etc. So I don't know how large scale of a remodel it is, but there is some work to be done in order to increase capacity. Yeah,
don't quote me on this, but I believe there's going to be a renovation inside to increase the GA area, which would help with that, going from, I think it's like 800 people or so to roughly 2,000. And there's also concerns for the residents of College Hill because of all that parking that would parking issues.
So my thoughts in short are, if the fire department signs off and says, hey, you can have 2,000 people here based on this model, then frickin' do it. And also, I don't know the owner. I don't know the owner's name. I've never met the owner, but I do know that you don't act like a petulant child when you don't get what you want and say, oh, I'm going to tear it down. I mean, that's not how you win support. Yep. So those are my thoughts.
And Carissa, who's been help running it, I mean, she's working so hard. She's really, trying to do everything she can to make it successful. And so I just want to give a shout out to her for how hard she's trying. But, she's not the owner, so she can only do so much. But she did a great job.
I would hate to see the building go down. I think it's pretty iconic, just part of Wichita. I mean, we're not talking like Century 2. I mean, this is something totally separate, and I don't know the financials behind it. I'm sure they're struggling like a lot of other businesses. I don't know what the answer is to get more people into the doors. Personally, I haven't been to the Crown Uptown in a few years. Mm-hmm. But
I usually go once a year. It's a cool venue.
It's a workable venue. I mean, it's a question of booking the right stuff and making the things work for your market. I mean, there's venues of that size and of that stature, even without the capacity, that could be a very successful model at an 850 cap. I mean, I've seen it done in other markets. It's just a question of knowing what your market is and providing the right entertainment behind it. I mean, I was bummed. I had a tradition of going there for a Rocky Horror Show. They didn't even have that this year, and that thing did so well every year. So, maybe missing some opportunities there, but I hope we don't lose that. It's definitely an institution here locally. Very fond memories for a lot of people, and it's still a great space, and just such a signature street presence too, which I always appreciate that old school theater with the marquee hanging off. I mean, they're amazing.
It fits College Hill well, I would say.
It does.
And I understand people in Wichita hate parking, they hate walking, but as we begin to grow, get your legs going. It's time to start walking.
Well, but I'm worried the residents might object because they're like, oh, if you do 2,000 people, they're just going to park in our neighborhood and this and that. I mean, I don't know why the voice of that area is a lot louder than everyone else. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many events at Crown Uptown they would get over time that would fit, that all 2,000 people would fill a space up.
Sure.
I mean, is it going to be any busier than Halloween in College Hill?
I would imagine not.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, even just like the parking when you try to go to Belmont now with Larchers and all that. I mean, it's so hard to find parking for a lot of places. Station 8 barbecue. I mean, there are tons of places, and they make do. I know the Hill's been a point of contention, but
one event I do want to check out at Crown Uptown sometime. They have a thing called Bingo Loco. They had one, I think, last month. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. I've never heard of it.
Ago,
Yeah. I guess it's like bingo on steroids. They have like live bingo games. They give out all these big awards or raffle prizes or whatnot. Music, performers on stage. It's wild. Check out the videos if you haven't.
A full entertainment show. I had some friends that went. I was like, I'm mad I had to work that night. Yeah, and if it does come up, they sold out because I remember a lot of people were bummed because they couldn't get tickets. They did sell out. So if and when they come back around, jump on early.
December 28th. Just looked it up.
Oh,
fine.
All right.
Oh, you got to work that night too, Carvin.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to be over at the Jingle.
Do you want me to DJ for you that day so you can go to Bingo Loco?
You're going to handle the Jingle? I don't want to take away from your Loco experience.
All right. Let's move on to the weather. TKG.
All right, Eddie. It was cold this morning, wasn't it? 26 degrees. And tomorrow on Thanksgiving, it's going to be even colder. I know I said this before, Eddie, and I'll say it again. You want to keep those buns inside, okay? It's going to be 24 degrees when you wake up, and the high will only be 42. And it's going to be a little bit windy the next couple of days. 13 miles per hour tomorrow out of the north and 11 miles per hour out of the south. And really for the next 5-6 days, we are not going to see anything higher than the mid 40s until Tuesday when we reach a whopping 48 degrees. So it's going to be cold for a while, guys. So you gastro freaks need to make sure and throw a jacket in that car and a pair of gloves and all that other crap that your grandpa told you to do when you were a kid. Anybody have a grandpa that told them, put a blanket in the car, all that kind of stuff? Am I the only one?
No, I grew up in Louisiana, so
Water bottle.
Yeah, there you go. Also, no real chance for any moisture for the next week until we meet again, other than 8% chance on Saturday, and that's according to the gastro team thingamajig. So, back to you, Eddie.
It's
Technical.
It's technical.
So it sounds like a nice week to just stay inside, stay cozy, order McRib on Uber Eats.
Am I the last one that hasn't turned the heat on yet? Has everyone turned their heat on yet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We've turned it on.
I'm still.
Oh, yeah.
dude, I'm wearing a sweater right now, man. Oh
My
yeah.
wife is not happy, but that'll happen, I'm sure, before the day is over. All right.
If
Just
we
checking.
didn't have kids at home, I would probably, argue for leaving it on or leave it off a little longer. But the thought of a 5-year-old, I was like, I gotta keep her warm.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna use her as my excuse when it probably is me.
It's you. It's you.
Yeah. All right. Online shout outs. So Bobby Hettinger wants to shout out Tenfold Tattoo at 328 South Laura. It's one of the Wichita's newest tattoo shops in town. Also, shout out to Desiree and Gerard, who will be celebrating their second anniversary this weekend. Next up, Shanice Gatungo, hope I pronounced that right, wants to shout out Infinity Home Health and Hospice Rainbow Care Homes. Oh, Infinity Home Health, that's one. Hospice Rainbow Care Homes and Biotech Media. She said those teams are doing great work and really care about making a difference in the community. Next up, Carla Stewart wants to shout out Michaela at Biggs Bar and Grill at 7011 West Central Avenue. She said she stopped by, had a great time there, and also wants to shout out the new West Side Dinos. Lastly, Justin Roberts wants to shout out Naughty Angels Cabaret. Justin, you will get your reviews in due time. Question of the day. We already answered that one. It's what everybody wants, what everybody likes for Thanksgiving meals. So we're covered there. All right. Jaclyn, since you're new, we'll give you some time. You have about 2 minutes to think of an answer for this one. You'll be the last one to answer this one. This is what's good in Wichita. This is a time for everyone to come prepared with something cool, heartwarming they've seen, a shout out to a business, a person they've seen doing good work in the community. All right, Jaclyn?
Okay.
Timer's set for you. We'll get to you here shortly. I'll start. I want to give a shout out to Bread of Life Wichita. They are a local nonprofit who gathered over 1,000 grocery bags filled with Thanksgiving supplies over the weekend, and they gave them out to the less fortunate. So, shout out Bread of Life Wichita.
Right
TKG.
I just have to say, I was looking at Jaclyn as you were talking. I can see those wheels spinning. It's fun.
There's just so many. There's so many.
My shout out is to Albero Bistro and Hassan, specifically the owner. I've been going there forever. And for those of you that know him or have been following his restaurant, he started off with Albero Cafe over on Central and Oliver. And the landlord, after many years and a lot of business, decided to do something different, and he lost his lease. And that was a real tough blow. But they're going strong over at Greenwich Place over Northeast Wichita at K96 and Greenwich. And he's just an awesome dude. People talk about owners that are in their restaurant and getting to know their customers. He is definitely one of them. I think about him whenever somebody is describing that type of restaurant. So shout out to Hassan and to Albero.
Awesome. Albero Bistro also has some awesome, excellent tiramisu.
Oh,
Yep.
Before we move on to Troy, I have to ask everyone else, do you pronounce it Greenwich or Greenwich?
New York or
Yeah,
Greenwich,
Greenwich.
all day.
Really? Well, you East Coast man.
I know.
I still pronounce it
so who
Houston
says
too.
it Greenwich? Who says it Greenwich?
Greenwich.
Just us two? Okay.
Well, I mean, if you're like in New York or something.
Yeah. I mean, do you
Greenwich sounds better, but it's Greenwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like it should be the Arkansas River, but it's not.
Oh, it's the Arkansas River for sure.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Oh my gosh.
TKG
El Dorado or El Dorado?
Oh my gosh.
Depends how fancy I'm trying to sound.
Yeah.
Man.
Right. Do
Like
you pronounce
Target
it?
or Target? How fancy?
Oh, Target.
Target all day.
TKG. Do you pronounce it sandwich or sandwich?
What?
Look at his face. It's like,
Do you pronounce it sandwich or sandwich?
Who the hell says sandwich? What
Oh,
is
you say
that?
Greenwich?
Who
Sandwich.
the hell says Greenwich?
Yeah, he says
Oh
Greenwich.
my
Delicious.
gosh. Oh my gosh. We could have a long debate, my friend.
Aren't Greenwich and sandwich kind of the same thing?
No, not even close. No. Okay. We'll settle this. We'll settle this, but just not right now.
Okay. Troy, you're up.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Amber Beltram. She just recently started a cinnamon roll business out of her house. So she makes homemade cinnamon rolls, but she didn't really plan to make it a business. She started just kind of making some for friends, from what I understand. And then it just blossomed and turned into this business. So I posted about it the other day, but unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until after the new year to get some, because she's booked through January, because she can only make a certain amount at a time out of her house. But heck, I told her to get two more ovens and put them in the garage and start cranking these things out. But some of the best cinnamon rolls I've ever tasted in my life, and it's right here in time for chili and cinnamon roll weather, right?
No.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Those
really
two are
good
separate
cinnamon
meals.
rolls. Well, if you eat them separate, man, we had these for breakfast, and they were not dry at all. They just kind of melt in your mouth. Ugh, they were so good. So you can find her on Facebook. It's Amber Beltram if you want to get some. So,
All right. Carbon.
All right, I'm going to rewind because I forgot with events. This Friday, I'm doing a Black Friday event with the Suit and Tie guys. We're doing an event over at the Distillery 244 Suit and Tie. We're doing a Back to the 90s night. So tickets might be sold out at this point. I really don't know, but it's going to be a 90s jam, and we're going to have a party over there. I'm going to be DJing with a full band, so sorry, I had to reset that. Anyways, shout-outs. My niece is Miss Kansas Teen, and she's getting ready to go compete nationally. So we're doing yes, indeed.
I didn't know that.
Miss Avery Mountain is my niece. She's an absolute rock star. She's one of the youngest to ever win Miss Kansas Teen. She won it a full 2 years younger than the previous person. So one of the youngest. So she will be competing nationally. So she's having a send-off on Saturday. So huge shout out and love to her. And in addition to that, I'm actually off on a rare Saturday. So I plan on spending my Saturday running around. So this is a preemptive shout out to all the people I see supporting Small Business Saturday shopping everywhere, because I plan on doing the same. So preemptively, I hope to see you all at all of the places, supporting all the things, buying all the gift cards, and getting all your holiday shopping done locally.
there you go.
Real quick,
Amazing.
is there like a talent portion for Miss Teen where they do like?
Yes, there is.
What does she do?
What's her talent?
So she's actually, there's an event that's going on Saturday that she's going to debut what her new talent is. Historically, she has done puppeteering, like the ventriloquism with the puppet, you know, and she is the most bendy, flexible, like acrobat, freakish levels of bendiness. So she's done exhibitions of that, as well as like full on hula hoops and bendy and flippy and all that. So I don't know what the new skill set is. I don't know what the new talent is,
cool.
but they're getting ready to debut it. She's a part of another event on Saturday. I believe maybe, I don't know if it's for the next Miss Wichita team or what the event is, but before she hits the road, for the Nationals, she's going to debut her new talent show at this event on Saturday. So,
what a gift. That's so cool. I mean, no offense to like people who sing and dance, but I love things outside of that when you have these type of competitions. So that's wonderful.
Man, she's such a bright light. So her puppeteering, her whole platform is Just a Kid Like Me, where she puts on camps and multiple events for kids with special needs and say, hey, just a kid like me. No, we're having a great time. And
I love her.
To say proud would be an understatement. She
That's
really
so
stands
awesome.
on her own and is just absolutely amazing.
Does she have a DJ Carbon puppet?
She does. I forgot her puppet's name. We'll send a little link. I'll send a photo for the post. But yes, no carbon puppetry yet. Maybe that's what's on the Christmas list.
Soon.
Who does custom puppets in town? Do you have any leads, guys?
We'll find one. All right, Annette.
Okay, so one thing, it's kind of a sad but a good. So earlier this year, there was a little girl, I don't know if y'all remember, there was this accident, a deadly accident in Derby at a Quick Trip. Mm-hmm. A guy, his vehicle ran into this Quick Trip, and anyway, what ended up happening is a little girl died in that accident. Horrible. But the thing that's really amazing is that her dad is doing this collection drive right now of getting scooters and bicycles, and he's collecting this in her name. So her name's Harper Justice Ivy, and he's doing this until right before Christmas. So if people want to contribute, they're getting matches made for those donations. And I just think it's wonderful that he's doing that. So I have a post up where people, if you want to go and take a look and support him in this mission, because she loved riding her scooter, her bicycle, so he wants to continue on that joy for other families. And I just think that's so beautiful. So a lot of strength for his family, giving them lots of love right now. And this is a great way to do it.
Definitely pay it forward.
Yeah.
All right, Jaclyn, is that enough time?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Take us home.
Mine's kind of all encompassing. So I have a very soft spot for the foster community, and unfortunately, Wichita has very, very, very high levels of kids in foster care. And so just shout out to, there are so many different nonprofits who are dedicated to helping these kids. And off the top of my head, in Weba, there's many more, but we have Safe Families, Care for Every Family, Foster, Adopt, Connect, Culture Creations. Actually, Culture Creations is Alexandria, where she went through the foster system and aged out and never got adopted. And so she really focuses on the most at-risk ones, the older teenagers who are about to age out and really don't have a plan or a place or anything like that, and keeping them, breaking that cycle and keeping them out of, negative situations. So just huge shout out to all of the foster supportive community, because there's just too much of it, unfortunately, especially here in Wichita. And if you watch the movie, what was it, Possum Trot, that they played at the prayer breakfast, that was a really good one. So anyways, just big thank you to everyone who is helping out in the foster community.
Awesome. We did foster children growing up too, my parents, and they found a big benefit, just offering your home to someone that could, needs a roof over the head. All right. Well, thanks to our guests, Carbon, Troy, Annette, TKG, Jaclyn. Appreciate you being the first time hopping on.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Excuse me. To those at home, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your turkeys, hams, sandwiches, whatever you might call it. Otherwise, you've all been excused from the dinner table.
Adios.